Tackle Junkies, what's going on? So as you can see, I am not the Tackle Junkie. I am Mrs. Tackle Junkie, and I'm coming to you today to show you how to clean a boat. This one just got hit by a nice torrential downpour. Stay tuned. Okay, first I want to walk you guys through a few things that we did just to prep the boat for cleaning. So as soon as we got home, which we got hit coming home from a rematch of our original fishing trip out together, which we'll link that video down below, as well as the video of the rematch. Well, when we were coming home from that rematch, we got caught in a big storm and just a downpour hit us. And Jim does not have a cover for his boat, so needless to say, everything got soaked. To the point that we had to completely remove everything from the boat. So we went through and opened up everything. Jim did actually, he went through and opened up everything, pulled everything out, dried everything off. As you can see in these clips that I'm showing now, you can see everything laid out so that it can dry, the rods, the reels, everything. We got a fan blowing on those so that they can completely dry out, so that no water is sitting inside of them, so that no rust or anything else can start happening. We also had to elevate the front of the boat, and we did that so that any water sitting inside in any of the compartments or anywhere else would all go back. Gravity would just help pull it all back to the back of the boat so that it could exit the boat. Pulled the plug on it, let everything drain out of it. Jim hit the bilge pumps a few times just to make sure there was no water caught anywhere. So we've completely drained a boat. However, the carpet is still pretty damp. So what I'm gonna do first is, now that everything's been emptied from the boat, everything's been pulled off, I'm gonna lower the boat back down to where it's level. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot vac and go through and suck up as much of this water as I can from the carpets. If you don't have a shot vac available, but you do have like a steam cleaner or anything like that, you can keep it empty and soak up all the water in the same respect. It's gonna work the same way. I just wanna use the shot vac because it has a more powerful suction, and it'll also kind of vacuum a little bit, so get any debris off the boat as well. Okay guys, as you can see, I've just vacuumed the deck of the boat, and I'm going to do it a section at a time. So I'm going to do the front, then the middle, and then the back end, all and complete them all in once. I'll use my spot bat is what I have, so it's this little spot bat thing. And then I will use that to put just a little tiny bit of soap down and suck that up out of the carpet, so then it gets the carpets nice and clean. It gets rid of any fishy smell or any pollen that may be stuck down in there in the carpets. Also, any of the bait smells or anything else like that that Jim uses that get down on the carpets and kind of give them that rotten worms and garlic scent that's just so lovely. So I'll go ahead and do that on the front of the boat, and like I said, I'm just going to do that a section at a time. So we just finished up the boat. I just finished the back, and I got it all up so that it can still air dry. I'm going to lift this center storage bin up so that it can finish drying out. Everything's slightly damp. Some areas are slightly damp, some areas are still pretty damp. So we're going to let it dry. It's probably going to be, I don't know, it may take around 24 hours or so since it's sitting in the garage. But I got a fan going on the areas that are kind of hidden and shaded, like underneath the seat doing everything just because it's all repetitive and the same stuff. So again, what I do is I go through, and only this time, since the boat was soaked because it got stuck in the rain, did I go through and do the shop vac first. So I went with the wet vac first to suck up as much water as I could so that I could then go over with the steam cleaner, or my little spot bot. It's a small steam cleaner, and go over all the carpets with that. To clean anything that's not carpet, other than the carpet decals. So the console and the seats and all this stuff up here. Again, I just use warm soapy water. I use Dawn and just a little tiny bit. You don't want it really sudsy, you just want enough to help get things clean and kind of get that smell off of there. So I'll do that, and then I'll wipe it down. This time you saw me using the air compressor, and that's just because everything was so wet. Generally you don't have to use the air compressor. It does speed up the drying time, but normally I'll just kind of wipe it down with my wet rag, and I'll go over it with a dry rag. The light well, I do clean that out just because sometimes it does get some lake water in there and it can smell pretty nasty. And for those of you that use your light well a lot, I'm sure you've noticed that there can be like a mildewy, moldy smell that comes out of there along with that fishy smell. So again, I just use Dawn, but this time I use a little more, and then I rinse it until there's no soap suds in there. So then that way it's not harmful for the fish whenever you do use your live well again. You won't have any soap residue. So I use a little bit more Dawn, just a tiny bit, just so I can see some suds. And then I go over it several times with just a clean wet rag and then dry it all out. So then that way it's nice and clean and it's ready to go for the next time. The seats, I use vinyl sauce on, and I also use this on the console. So I will clean it with the soapy water, but then I do go back and go over the seats and console with this vinyl sauce. This stuff is awesome, guys. I use it in Jim's truck. It cleans up everything really nice, and it doesn't leave like a, sometimes you can use Armor All and stuff like that, and it can almost leave streaks. This doesn't leave any streaks. It doesn't leave any oily type residue or anything like that. It just feels nice and clean. It almost makes the seats look like they're brand new again. So this stuff, again, vinyl sauce, it's awesome. So, and for the boat decals, I just go over them with the little scrub brush that I go over all the carpets with. So for those of you that don't have a carpet cleaner or anything else that you use on your boat, just a scrub brush would do just fine. Just get, again, that soapy water. That's really all you need. Get some soapy water, get your scrub brush, and just kind of in circular motions go over the whole decal, and then take a clean wet rag and wipe it all up, and it'll be good as new. I don't know, I don't think you can see those with this view, but here I can lift this up real fast. You're upside down, but you can see these guys look as good as new. Their colors, their whites are really white again, and all the colors are popping on it. So it's really easy to clean your boat decals. I know gyms get really funky from fishing and everything else, and also just like pollen and stuff falling in the boat while you're out there on the water. So it's great to get it a nice bath. When I do the carpets and use my steam cleaner for the carpets, I heavily dilute the formula that I use. So it doesn't really matter what formula you use, just whatever steam cleaner you want to use and whatever formula comes in it. But generally they have marks where you're supposed to fill water to here, and then Oxy Boost or something like that to here, and then formula to here. Well, I will fill hot water all the way up past the little formula part, or for formula, where the formula is supposed to go. I'll put hot water all the way up in that, and then I'll leave about 3/4 or so of that formula spot where I will put the formula in there. So I heavily dilute it, so then that way it just helps maintain the integrity of the carpet. So then that way you can keep on using it outside. Well guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. If not, smash that thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one.